Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My name is Mashud, and today we are going to talk about Jesus, the Son of Man. What does Son of Man mean, and why does Jesus refer to himself as the Son of Man so many times? If you speak to our Christian friends, interpretations vary, but a lot of them will say that these three words, Son of Man, is a divine title that Jesus was referring to himself as. He said it many times. And one of their sources of this, being a divine title, is the book of Daniel in chapter 7, verses 13 and 14, where Daniel says, I saw in the night of visions, and behold, with the clouds of heaven, there came one like a son of man. And he came to the Ancient of Days, that is God, and was presented before him. And to him was given dominion and glory and kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which will not pass away, and his kingdom one that shall not be destroyed. What is in Aramaic, I guess, Son of Man, how does that translate as? Bar and Nasha, or Bar Nasha. And if you look at the dictionaries, it just simply means man, or the man. It's a noun or someone, basically, an indefinite pronoun. That's the way to translate it. Has it been used in the Old Testament? Well, in the book of Daniel in Aramaic, yes, it has. In the Hebrew language, it's been used many, many times. In the book of Numbers, God is not man that he should lie, or the son of man, Ben Adam, that he should repent. Or my friends scorn me, my eyes pours out tears to God, that he should maintain the right of a man with God, like that of a son of man, Ben Adam, with his neighbor. Yahweh, what is God that thou dost regard him? What is man that thou dost regard him? Or the son of man, Ben Enosh, that thou dost think of him? In fact, the book of Ezekiel, the phrase son of man has been used over 90 times by God to refer to Ezekiel himself. So it's quite common in the Old Testament. But not only that, it's used in texts just after Jesus as well, Jewish texts. In the Talmud, for example, Rabbi Kahana asks his master, Rabbi Yohanan, a question: if Bar Nash, son of man, is despised by his mother, but honored by another of his father's wives, where should he go? Yohanan replied, he should go where he is honored. Then Kahana left. And then Rabbi Yohanan was told, Kahana has gone to Babylon. And he exclaimed, what? Has he gone without asking leave? And they said to him, the story he told you was his request for leave. So if we take this story here and think of Barnash, or son of man, as a divine title, God, if God is despised by his mother, but honored by another of his father's wives, what's going on? It makes no sense. And I think the Jews would have picked up on that and not used that at all. Midrash Rabbah, not even a bird is caught without the will of heaven. How much less the soul of Barnasha, son of the Son of Man, that he went forth and found that no matters have been calmed. In fact, Jesus used this phrase so many times in so many different contexts, and the Pharisees and everybody was around him all the time. They didn't complain about it. They didn't shout out and saying, how dare you refer to yourself in a divine way. They were okay with it, so what's going on there? And then finally, I want to just touch upon Daniel 7:13 about the identity of the Son of Man. Who is this Son of Man that Daniel sees, who comes and kind of comes up to God and presented before God, and then God gives him dominion and glory and kingdom. God, obviously being the all-powerful, gives this lesser being, the Son of Man, all these things. Amongst the scholars, there are three distinct views. One is that it is, in fact, the Messiah. That's a minority view, predominantly a kind of a traditional conservative Christian view will take it as the Messiah. kind of have to, because of the Gospels use. But the most of the scholars will either refer to it being as some kind of angelic being, a very powerful angelic being that has come from to God and is given all dominion, or there is referred to as the collective view, where it's an allegorical speech. It's not a single person or a single being, but it actually refers to the nation of Israel. In fact, the book of Daniel has many of these visions, the beasts of Daniel that come out of the water, and other kind of weird fancy beasts, leopards and hawks and stuff like that. They often are interpreted to be nations as well. So likewise, the one that is honored, the Son of Man, is a nation of Israel. So most scholars take either one of those two approaches. Very few take that. But that's the thing. I go into a lot more detail in my book, Muslim Commentary of the Bible. But for now, this should cover it for most people. Thank you very much. Jazakallah.